Ain't afraid to shout, make America great, tell them what it's about. Facts over feelings, cutting through the noise, fighting woke mobs and the kids with toys. They spew their lies, they spreading hate. Lips BS ain't gonna seal our fate. No nonsense here, just straight to the point. Truth to ammo in this battleground joint. Make America great again, stand and fight. Facts over feelings, day and night.
Hey, it's To The Point with Mike, Leo, and Vince.
What the
What's
hell
going
is
on,
that?
guys?
Hey, what's happening? I think I got everything plugged in just right at the last minute. If you can hear us, if you're watching, hit the thumbs up or drop a comment. Let us know if we sound okay. Because
Hey, what's up, guys? This is your boy Leo.
Yeah, it's
Welcome back.
been a minute. Yeah, well, Vince was on vacation,
Yeah.
then you were on vacation. What did
Well, we only
miss?
missed 1 week.
Well,
It was man,
last
it
week.
feels
Last
like a
week.
month though. Like
Sure does.
especially
And
in
it
the
wasn't
news
because of me.
cycle.
This one because of Leo. I mean, he was on vacation.
Sorry.
Yeah, well, no,
blame
I
me.
kind of called it because
No, yeah. We
It
were
was
still
just-
going to do it. and
yeah.
then
I forget the main
There's just
reason.
a lot
but
of shit
that
going on.
night it rained so freaking hard here during the 8 o'clock hour. I don't think we would have been able to
You probably
keep
wouldn't
a
have had
stream
internet.
going anyways. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's been pretty violent. Usually it's like afternoon.
I don't know what happened yesterday. We got a quick rainstorm in Vero, but there was a bunch of wind in front of it.
Yeah, for sure.
I had a freaking
Yeah.
chair blow across my porch. We've gone through tropical storms and not experienced that.
Yeah, I got a
know.
few things I need to
some
anchor
pretty
down out
pretty
here.
serious gusts to
Yeah,
just
for
a
sure.
little quick storm.
It's getting us prepared.
It's gonna what?
Getting us prepared.
Yeah, I mean they're
Yeah.
already talking about a
Yeah.
system developing in the Gulf and it's
Gulf where?
in the Gulf. I
Where?
haven't-
Golf where?
the Gulf of America.
Okay.
I haven't really
He
turned
said it right.
into-
He said it right.
Oh, you was testing me.
He was
Yeah.
testing you.
I haven't really tuned into the weather. Usually I'll
Stupid.
watch like I'll catch Mike's weather page live on Facebook,
Right.
but I don't really go on Facebook today, and we
Nah.
can get into good reasons why. But yeah, so it's like hurricane season. If you're not from Florida or the East Coast or the Gulf of America at all,
Yeah.
you know, you'd probably deal with some other natural disaster, but here we deal with hurricanes.
Yep.
And,
Every single year
And
now.
tornadoes now.
They predict it
Yeah.
to be a very active year. It seems like every year now.
We've actually been pretty active tornado place for
Yeah,
as long
oh,
as
yeah.
I've lived here too.
Right.
Yeah, there's always we get those quick storms that'll come in, and you got these tornadoes, and seems like maybe not necessarily right in our town, but at least within the towns around us, every year we seem to a couple times a year see a couple tornadoes.
Crazy how,
Yeah,
like,
well-
all of a sudden we see stuff like that here.
Oh, look, that's
You
a
know,
good sign. You hear
so-
that?
What's up? Oh, the
Yeah,
sounds
I heard
working.
my sound there. Yeah, not too long ago, last October, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Is when the tornadoes ripped through an area called Spanish Lakes, and it killed like a few people. It was pretty
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
At the same time, the people in North Carolina were dealing with that tragedy that happened like a month or two before, and it was just
Yeah, and
bad time.
Lakewood Park had some bad ones there too. Some people died in there too.
Crazy like how all these natural disasters like start happening like just more frequently and here and there and everywhere.
well, they
And
seem
now-
more drastic, don't
Yeah,
they?
they do seem a little bit more drastic. You know, the other day I was reading something about all the water that was falling or that fell right there in Texas, you know.
Oh yes.
And it was like and it was like a real good explanation of like how many gallons of water was dumped in 2 hours. I was like, wow, like how you said it was like so
More than the Niagara Falls.
2 days
Yeah.
worth of
Yeah.
the Niagara Falls, and it was showing how much water the Niagara Falls was, you know, falling, and it looked real nice. And they're like, just think about this. They're like, 2 days worth of this water fell within 2 hours.
I started to see
it's crazy.
some.
I was just like,
Yeah, I
wow,
started to
man,
see
that's a
more
lot of
video,
water.
like Arlo video, time
Right.
lapse video starting to come out of the, you know, the water's rising, and then
Right.
it just like in 37 minutes, man. In some areas, it was just that was Texas, I believe,
Yeah,
or
Texas.
New Mexico. I don't know because there was a couple floods.
Sad though, man. It's just
Yeah, and you got to wonder, is it the cloud seeding? Because I mean, we know they're doing it. The companies are out talking about it. And then there was another guy, I forget, I totally lost his name in the show he was on. It might have been Tim Pool, I don't know. and there's different types of weather engineering. I know who it was. It was Lee Zeldin was on with Benny Johnson, I believe, and I could have the administration official wrong, but he was talking how you can't always just assume all group it into one, because there's different types of weather modification.
Yeah.
He said, and now that we have access to all this information, we see just what some of these companies are doing, and and he said, and it's a damn good thing. Like, these companies can't do it at scale.
Right.
Like, they already know the limits of what the companies can do right now. He's like, any more than that, and we have to stop this, So
yeah, for sure.
I don't think you should be playing with Mother Nature.
No, that's something you don't play with. That's something that's just.
I mean, even if it's nothing, like, it's not like they're putting. I guess it's not a chemical. I think it's just it's actual natural stuff. They just compress and release, and it's supposed to cause rain for cloud seeding.
Right.
It's supposed to cause the rain to freeze, and it would either fall as snow if it's cold enough, or fall as rain, and you know it would be good. But they said it's very localized. They can't do it on massive scales yet. But
I still don't. I agree with you though. I don't like playing with the weather. It's it's kind of like playing God. It's not something I don't think we were meant to do.
Yeah, it's just crazy.
But of course, the reason they're experimenting with it is they've been doing this since before we were even born. They've been experimenting with this stuff because they want to use it for war.
Well, and I've asked the question before.
They do. They want to use it for war.
Oddly, you say
Look at Charles.
Yeah, his wife blew the chair across the. Yeah, that's some Oklahoma beans, some baked beans from Oklahoma. Yeah, never mess with Mother Nature, and that's how I feel about it. It just seems like things are a little drastic, and you can blame that kind of stuff for it.
Yeah, for sure.
Now, and then here I go back to the Romans, because every man reverts back to the Roman Empire at least 12 times a day, but they diverted water hundreds of miles to provide cities or towns with running actual sewage and farming and irrigation, and we have to make it snow, make it rain, and I don't get it.
It's weird. People.
Yeah, and I remember asking the question, that's where I was going, about hurricanes. Why, if there was a way we can divert them, why wouldn't we do that? And the answer is because if you divert a hurricane off the coast of Florida and it goes and hits Cuba and Mexico, those are acts of war.
Right.
That's a weapon of mass destruction.
Yeah, for sure.
And via I thought international treaty, I didn't do the search because I didn't know we were going to talk about this.
Right.
But that could be a violation of the international
and
law. Not that matters to USA.
No, but just think, if you could control a hurricane, and let's just say you're wanting to have a war with Cuba right now, you can send a big hurricane their way, mess
Which
them
there
up.
probably are people who want war,
and then attack them while they're messed up from the hurricane. You can use that as a benefit if you wanted to go to war with somebody, and that's why the government for many years has been experimenting with it.
Yeah, it wasn't on my list. I kind of told you guys we had two topics, and we can veer off later. But before we get into our topics, two events I want to promote coming up on August 14th is the Conspiracy 101 Club, or the Conspiracy Club. I'm not sure what it is, but it's where we went live last month or this month from Filthy's.
The beginning of this month.
Yeah. John has a post up here. Let me make sure I share the right one. John is kind of the one putting this together. Look at my screen share.
John from TGI Now podcast.
TGI Now podcast. And I'm just going to throw it up here, which is going to screw everything up because I wasn't ready to do this. But Conspiracy Club 101. Got questions? It's going to be August 14th, 6:30 p.m. It's, if you're local, it's going to be at Filthy's in Vero Beach. They're going to be talking about chemtrails, geoengineering, weather modification. We'll be streaming live to TGI Now podcast page, and probably, I don't know, there might be a new channel in the works. I'm not sure where this is going to go. So we'll find out and test the waters, see how these guys want to carry on with it. And if not, we'll assist them in carrying on themselves. So, but it's a fun night. And either way, I'm glad to be a part of it. So I know I'll be there on August 14th. So
I'll probably be there as well
yeah, and
because I like that kind of stuff. I get into that flat Earth stuff, and because it is the flat Earth, it is what it is.
well, it's perfect because
Oh yeah, for sure. Come on over, man.
You know,
guys
vaccines,
you
the
guys want to hear me chit
implications,
chat?
wars. Like you can see John's list down there, flat Earth, theories and
Lizards.
beyond. Yeah, they'll take it. And it turned into, you know, we had it set up where it was
Underground
like a
lizards.
1-on-2 kind of interview deal,
Right.
and it was. I thought it was great environment. Tensions got a little high when Israel came into question,
Ooh.
and
But that's good.
it
though.
was like there
That's
was
good.
it was a audience and we had comments, and I think it was great. Troll, I think you were there, not in person, but I think you were in the comments section, and we do appreciate that. So, but yeah, that's going to be August 14th at 6:30 p.m., which is perfect. Yeah, so looking forward to that.
Yeah, me
It was
too.
pretty cool. So we're looking to develop it into a regular thing, and you know, see what happens. Anyways, let me get back to us. There we go.
Hey, guys.
Yeah, when you do it like that, and you're not set up for it. It throws things off. So
And
if
you
you
know what's
watch any
crazy?
of our shows,
Hey.
that's why.
And you know what too is those allergies, man. If you live here in the state of Florida, right now those allergies are kicking in hardcore for sure.
Yeah, that's a definite. So while we're talking local, our local town, not the town we're in, but
Hey.
town
The
close
county
to
that
us.
we live in.
Yeah, we have made national headlines across national news outlets, and reason being is the Attorney General of Florida launches investigation into a sexualized performance advertised to children. Let me throw this up there.
And undermine the
Nope, that's not
democratic
it.
will of the American people. While
But she's good too. Attorney General James Utmer launches investigation into sexualized performance advertised to children. Issues subpoena to the vice mayor of Vero Beach and owner of the establishment. So it's, I mean, you kind of feel good when your town makes it to the news, but not for things like this, not for things you
Right.
think you'd see up in,
California.
or who the hell knows where. None of it makes sense. I mean, you do what you want to do. Like me and Leo were kind of talking about this before.
Right.
I don't care if you're a freak, get your freak out, man. But
Yeah.
don't make excuses for bringing children around it,
Right.
because then you are the fucking problem. And I have no problem telling people this online, and I gotta kind of sometimes pull myself back and remember I represent more than just me in this community. But it's pretty sickening, and you can go to the Attorney General's Facebook post and look at the comments, and you'll see the type of sickness that's out there and the people who come out in defense of this. I've had people stalk my personal profile and comment on reels of us cooking sausages and cheeseburgers for a charity and try to demonize me for voting for what they call it, a pedo and a predator or something, and a rapist or something. And it was, but then they delete it as soon as they comment on it. So they're doing something. They're commenting, they're taking a screenshot, they're deleting it. Well, guess what? I can take the screenshots too. So I put them out there. If you follow me on my personal page, you can go check it out. I don't even think I have it set to private.
Yeah, I don't
which I probably
understand
should.
how anybody could defend what they're doing. You're talking about having like drag shows with kids present. Like, how could anybody defend that?
Well, now that's the problem. And some of these comments, like one person told me, what makes drag shows adult entertainment?
Well, the fact that they're dancing in thongs and bras and
promiscuous and burlesque type manner.
right.
Also, there was no one under 18 in the building during this show. Even Jennifer Hypocrite Pippin admits this. But I contradict that. No, you have to. I've seen the pictures that the owner actually posted, so they're a liar.
Right.
I don't believe Jennifer did say this because I have the pictures from Facebook, and I mean they were posted by the owner with children in the building. Now you can say, oh, it was just during transition, and this person was when they got their turn to speak at the city council meeting, said, it's their parental rights. If the parent wants to stay, so be it, which is a crock of shit. They're known for being dirtbags, and it's a shame here in Vero Beach, because it's a beautiful town. And here you can see one of the pictures. Now, this was pulled off of their event page, and you can see they weren't worried about kids. In this bottom right picture, there's kids there. You can't see their faces because whoever put them on their Facebook page blocked the faces out. But
Right.
and it's just, they just ignore this stuff.
Here's
More.
There's plenty of other activities in this world that people go to that you have to be a certain age to be allowed to be a part of. Why would this be any different?
So knowing me, I said, I've seen the pictures the owner posted with children in them and an adult male bent over wearing a miniskirt. It's not a secret. So I asked, are you in any of these pictures? Because if so, the attorney general will probably like to know what you did see for sure. Because there's no excuse for any of this.
Yeah.
Even Swinger Pippin has acknowledged the show didn't start until the child left, which is a crock of shit. and to make derogatory comments about individuals who actually put their neck out there to save children and keep their innocence in the public setting, it's projection. And these people are groomers, and the next level are predators. And I'm for parental rights, and I'm for individual civil liberties, but some of these people need to look at, because they are raising children, and children just don't need to be around us. Per Florida law, it's actually illegal to have your children present during adult entertainment, and that's what drag shows are considered.
And you know what? Like, I see this stuff, and I see it as as a drug. As a drug for these men or whatever they are, whatever they classify. I don't care. You could classify whatever you want to classify. I'm okay with it. It is what it is. It's you. You do you. I don't care. I'm just trying to figure out what is in their brain. How some people use drugs to get that high, to get that vibe, to get that whatever it is. Okay, their vibe, their drug is, this is how I have to dress. This is how I have to put on this stuff. This is how I have to look like a drag queen. The better I look, the more I'm going to get, the better the vibe, the better the high.
Yeah, it's
right.
It's a mental illness.
Yeah, right. It's a drug. You're addicted to this stuff.
It gives them the rush. A rush.
Right. So an addict is going to trying to bring somebody else in, reel them in into their addiction. Right.
And it's funny, you saw what those comments were referring to about an actual friend of ours, as their personal life, when in fact, like I said, it's projection. Because being around this small town for long enough, I've heard of the invitations of the owners of some of these establishments have extended to some of the people in our circles, right, to do just that. It's disgusting. Not to mention, remember the request a year and a half ago for new or used, preferably clean women's dildos to be dropped off at their establishment to be used for a friend's art project. And it sparked controversy because it's a food establishment.
We talked about that on the podcast. I remember that.
And a local school board member called for a resignation, and they did health inspections and all that, and it's like the same person sits on a city council.
Yeah, representing
of a very conservative area, and sits on a city council. So
play the video. I want to see that.
I don't want to play it. It's 2 minutes and 22 seconds.
Okay.
I don't want to give her that time. She's making excuses, and she throws out parental rights out there like she's some type of fan of Moms for Liberty or something like that. But she's really she's an embarrassment at the very least. And she definitely shouldn't be hosting children in any manner.
That's
What do you
crazy.
think?
That's
What do you
crazy.
think?
I mean, I don't think
You know?
you should have. I mean, if you're gonna have an adult entertainment, have the own adult entertainment. Okay, I don't care.
And that's what she uses her time on the dais to
But
say,
now,
hey, we do these events, and usually the first hour they're family friendly, but then we transition.
it shouldn't be family
and
friendly
the-
because
and-
you shouldn't
but-
transition this.
But she believes in parental rights. So if the parent wants to stay with the kids, who is she to stop them? Well, it's
you're
your
just
establishment, and you have a liquor license and a freaking business,
and you're
license.
enforcing the Florida law.
Right.
Just like you said, it says if it's adult entertainment, the kids are forbidden to be there.
Plus, we shouldn't have. We are permitted for here in this county for adult entertainment. Period. So, how is she acceptable for this? Just because she's on the council?
I don't really want to play that.
Why don't you let my Migo friends out behind whatever sell their tacos?
She also accused the sheriff's department of being racist. And
that right there tells you all.
ICE also. I mean, obviously, in this area, you can't do your job as an ICE officer and not be considered racist. I'm sorry. Let me find the right screen, and I'll play a minute of this.
Just amazes me every day how much more that leash people like let go of. It's like literally we're on a leash. People are just letting it go. It's crazy.
Friendly event until
Hold on, because here's her admission.
every year we have a gay pride event. Every year it is a family friendly event until the drag show starts, at which time we transition to a later at night, more adult portion. Now, in previous years, it has been a situation where parents don't necessarily want to leave when the show starts. They don't mind being there for a drag show. And at Kilted Mermaid, we are a firm believer in parental rights. So we have made our first show of every gay pride event more family friendly. There's no profanity, there's no nudity, no one's stripping. There's nothing like that going on. Now, later in the night, when it's only adults only, whatever happens is what happens.
Pause it.
So,
Pause it.
in my opinion,
Pause it. So, in my opinion, she said in the first hour, there is no nudity, no profanity or cussing. How about that? Right? That's what she said in the first hour. So, you're telling me, so after that, all that is taken away. So, there's nudity, there's cussing, there's all that going on, right? That's what she's saying.
Hold on.
stripping, there's nothing like every gay pride event, more family friendly. There's no profanity, there's no nudity, no one's stripping. There's nothing like that going on. Now, later in the night,
There is.
when it's only adults only, whatever happens is what happens.
But we can't do that here in Indian
in my
County,
opinion,
though. We can't do that here in Indian County. We can't have that here
Right.
in Indian County.
I thought you had to have a special. I don't know. I thought that was certain.
Just
zoning.
because she's on the board, she's allowed to. No.
Well, she does get special privilege too. The alleyway adjacent to her business also.
No.
She's allowed to have a permanent canopy.
Then I'm allowed to have all my amigos live here. Then
Yeah.
opinion and in the opinion of Kilted Mermaid, there is no difference between a man in a dress lip syncing a song or a woman in a dress lip syncing a song.
One has a dick.
There is not one issue that's somehow pornographic
how's it?
and the other one is not. For those of you who think
How's it?
Yes, it's pornographic. It's promiscuous.
I want to know what that guy sitting right next to her on the right hand side is thinking, because he hasn't looked at her
I
one
don't
bit.
even know who that is.
He has not looked at her one bit because look at him. He's so uncomfortable.
Well, I would be so.
He
would
is
be
so
pissed.
uncomfortable. Look
Well,
at him.
You mean right now you cause all this controversy and I have to sit next to
You
you?
have to sit next to you and on the same
Yeah, don't
camera
do that to my face.
and
Just this
and-
lady, man.
and pretend like that you're not fired up.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Let's see it.
Look,
that, well, that's a you problem, but it's not against the law.
It's still be a
So-
you
No
problem.
problem. And people applauded that.
There was probably 7 gays
Four.
or 7 trannies there.
I want to continue by saying, of all the years that we've had gay pride at Kilted Mermaid, this was, I think, the best event we've ever had.
Yeah, because it brought you $5,000.
It was
in the
amazing. There were
GoFundMe
people
so far
of all
for her
ages,
defense
people
fund.
with their kids, people in their 80s, everyone being kind to each other, everybody getting along, everybody happy. In fact, the whole room was filled with this unmitigated joy. And I'm here to tell you, in this current political climate, you don't get a lot of joy happening. And I am so proud of the gay pride event that I threw this year, that we all threw together. I am so proud of it. I am just as proud of that as I am of the job I do up here on this dais, where I represent the community, all of the community.
You don't represent
So if
me.
any of you are going to come
I
up
don't live
here
there
and
anyway.
ask me to resign from my job as vice mayor of the city of Vero Beach, spoiler alert, it's not actually going to happen.
Yeah. Let's get rid of that because I don't know. That dude's funny too. Oh, let me shut him up.
Easy.
He's funny. No, he does deep dives, that one guy. But yeah. So
That's crazy.
that's local to us, you know.
Yeah.
I
Well,
purposely
it's more than local
full
now.
disclaimer. This is an ongoing case by the Attorney General's office. We have nothing to do with it. We purposely avoided her information, whatever she said on the dais or posted on a public format. That's on her. And I don't want nothing to do with it. So there's that. Keep your gay shit away from our community. I don't even mind the gay shit. I shouldn't say that. It's just easy to say that. But the crazy shit you want to bring around the kids.
Right.
We've got plenty of friends who are gay, and they don't want anything to do with this new movement.
Right.
Of, you know,
Forcing
introducing
it onto the
kids
kids,
into
yeah.
it. Like, it's not they're and most of them admit they're fucked up, you know, like they're a little on the freak side, you know, or they're most of them will tell you,
Mike, that's what I'm saying. Like,
they're
it's
a
their
little
drug,
fucked
man.
up,
It's
they're a
their
little wired.
drug.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's their drug.
Well-
That's what they use for their high. They feel, I don't know.
Like we were talking about earlier, there's all kinds of people out there. We know there's people that are into weird shit that isn't normal. And as far as I'm concerned,
Hey,
if they want to do a drag show late at night, just
like-
make sure the kids aren't around. That's all. Make sure it's all adults and everything, you know, else is on the up and up, and whatever. You do you.
hey, I still love you guys. Just don't.
Just
bring-
like I
just
told
don't
my
bring
haters
kids in
on
there, man.
Facebook.
Like, come on, man. Like, it's just.
Yeah.
Let's just be real. Like,
I mean,
it's
you
just-
ain't doing that at my house.
If
So-
you're
Just
gonna
like I
listen-
told the haters on Facebook, I'll pray for them just as much as
Listen.
I pray for the kids who are being affected by their freaking evilness.
Listen, if you guys are okay with a man up there dressing up as a woman, then the day that I post a picture of me up there in my junk, just sticking out, just hanging out,
But it's not
Don't-
good. It's not right for anybody to do it around kids.
no, it's
Right.
not. It's not.
What you do without the kids around, who cares? I mean, as long as you're legal,
Right.
which
To-
who is somebody
but-
who's sitting in a legal position better be legal.
But see, once you
So-
put stuff like that, like, okay, once there's kids and watching this stuff, like, you're pretty much showing them what you do in the bedroom. If you ask me, you're showing them what sex is.
My problem with it is you got if let's say
You
you
know,
got
because come on, I mean, you're undressing yourself, you're doing all these acts, you're bending over, you're doing this, you're moving your titties, or it's moving its whatever titties it has, or whatever it is, you know, like,
Family friendly.
Yeah.
It's only 8:30.
to me.
I know, but but still, look, this is what they're causing, this is what they're doing. I'm just repeating what they're doing, you know, like, it's after hours. So
To
Mike,
me,
so
you know, I envision you see like maybe like an 8-year-old boy watching guys on a stage in mini skirts and bras and lipstick and all,
Right.
and that 8-year-old kid sees like 10 guys doing that, and they start to think, well,
Yeah, the
like,
Harlem
that's
Shake.
what I'm
Yeah.
supposed to do.
right.
You know, they start to think that that's cool, that's normal. That's
And you know what I think is cool is those guys that have those the kilted things or whatever. They use the pipe things or
oh
whatever.
yeah,
the
bagpipes.
the
bagpipes.
bagpipe.
But you can't play the bagpipe.
They wear the kilts.
No, the where are the kilts, right? Like that's pretty badass, you know.
Scottish.
But that goes with the outfit. That goes with that. You know, that is what
Don't tell Vince he's right.
that was back then. You know. It's
Yeah, it's a
So somebody said I'm right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Troll said Vince is right.
All right.
Hey, Joanne, we see you in there. Yeah, we spent quite a bit of time on this, almost 30 minutes, and I didn't really want to spend that much of our show on that crazy ass woman. But I'm gonna play a Warrior Shield ad, and then we'll be right back, and we'll dive deep into the new news of them going after Obama for conspiracy. So Joanne dropped a comment. They don't seem to know where to draw the line. Well, it's purely political. And it's the polarization of the politics and the atmosphere, and it's they just have to oppose the other side 100% to the extreme, and there's no compromise, there's no common sense. And here is where the moral breakdown, you see that, because it's the mental illness. We went through the fads, we went through the, and if you look at it, it's not just a tranny thing. It's not just a grooming thing of just the kids. It's you look at Occupy Wall Street, which was a fake, and then the BLM, which was a fake, Antifa, which is orchestrated by political powers, global political powers, and now this. And it's just like fanning the flames, But like I said, most of the gay community we know don't want anything to do with this grooming of bringing kids into it, stuff like that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, the parents are the ones. Now, here's my theory on that. The parents are the ones raised by the lazy boomers, or the generation just after, where technology started to come through a little bit, but you still had a lot of freedom as a teenager and a kid, and that's where it went.
Yep, I agree.
A lot of families just like grew away from the church and stuff like that, and that's what it is. It's the lazy, and I think I'm, what am I, Gen X, just before millennials, and it is. I'm a subject of that, so that's my excuse.
Right.
And Troll definitely says Joanne's right, and Troll is gonna agree with Joanne, but I do too. So there's that. Hi guys. All right, so we're gonna play a Warrior Shield Foundation ad for Warrior Weekend, and then when we come back, we're gonna play some video from Caroline Levitt, from Tulsi Gabbard, and from a visual that actual Tulsi, I think, had posted. But we'll be right back. Yeah, where did it go?
Warrior Shield Foundation is here to unite, honor, and provide support for veterans, first responders, and Gold Star family members. The foundation will enable them to find the help they need through direct assistance or by connecting them with our shared vision network. Using data-driven models, we provide solutions that make a long-lasting difference. We, along with our partners, are dedicated to bringing together like-minded groups and individuals who have committed to making a difference in the lives of our hardworking, everyday heroes. We bridge the gap by connecting warriors or their families with the assistance they deserve and require, such as service dogs, wheelchairs, counseling, scholarships, and team building retreats, to name a few. You can help right now to make a difference for those who have helped and protected us all. Warrior Shield Foundation, selflessly doing for those who need it most.
It's a long way to home, but you won't take the hard road all alone. Just look to your left and look to your right. You were born to fight.
All right, Warrior Shield Weekend's coming up. September 5th, 6th, and 7th. I was watching the guys, Dale and Jim, on Two Guys in One Coop, who now stream on FuryCast. They still do their special once a month or twice a month to promote this event, and you can do the whole weekend. It's got a hefty price tag, but it's got you get the concert, you get like a VIP package, you get the gala. There's stuff to do all weekend. It's like $700, or you can go to the concert on Friday night, see people like Bo Bice, Brian Weaver. I get them all messed up. Natasha Owens. There's like five really good independent artists or lesser known artists that you'll be glad you saw. They'll be there. That's in Orlando at the Rosin Center. I don't know where, but that's where. So Ryan Weaver, thanks,
Rosin.
Troll. I know you pay attention. I do too, but I forget the names, and I screw them up anyways. It's a long way from home, so look to right and look to your left. Yeah. Yeah. I'm just looking at a few comments here. Chop view. Yeah. The Twitch comments are stupid. They're sorry if you're actually watching and commenting real stuff on Twitch, but I can't tell what's spam and what's not. But anyways, we were going to talk about, what did you ask about? You asked about Obama, huh?
Yeah, we were talking a little earlier about Trump is pretty much accused Obama of treason.
Well, it's not Trump. If you dig a little deeper, or if you follow the news channels, it's actually Tulsi Gabbard. Hold on, it's not showing up.
Intending to engage in a peaceful transfer of power. In private, former
Why won't it not work right? That's strange. Something's not right. Bear with me here.
Obama went to great and nefarious lengths
This
to
is
try to
supposed to be a
sow
video.
discord among the. Over the past few days, Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard has
Listen to
unveiled
this.
shocking new evidence that former President Barack Obama and top aides in the Obama administration conspired to subvert President Trump's 2016 election victory and undermine the democratic will of the American people. While publicly pretending to engage in a peaceful transfer of power, in private, former President Obama went to great and nefarious lengths
So I'll
to
show
try
this
to sow
graphic
discord
again.
among the public and sabotage his successor, President Trump. The new evidence released by the Director of National Intelligence, who is here with me today, confirms that the Obama administration manufactured politicized intelligence, which was later used as the justification for baseless smears against President Trump in an effort to try to delegitimize his victory before he even took the oath of office. The truth is that President Trump
Remember,
never
he
had
was
anything
claiming he
to
was working
do
with
with
Russia.
Russia, and the Russia collusion hoax was a massive fraud perpetuated on the American people from the very beginning. And the worst part of this is Obama knew that truth, and so did all of the other corrupt officials involved in this scam, including former CIA Director John Brennan, former Director of National Intelligence James Clapper, former FBI Director James Comey, former Deputy Director Andrew McCabe, and many others. Director of National Intelligence Gabbard's report further confirms what we already knew. There was no collusion, no corruption, except on the part of Barack Obama and the weaponized intelligence agencies at the time. The Russia hoax was a blatant lie, all ginned up by Democrat political operatives that were signed off on by
He's not
then
tired.
President
He's only like
Obama and
27 or
leaked
something like that.
to the news media to launch a years-long witch hunt against President Trump and his first administration. Allies of the president, including
like
his
20
own
years older
son,
than
Donald Trump Jr., were disgustingly smeared as Russian assets, and some even had their lives destroyed because of this vicious lie. The president's first 2 years in office had this fake distraction hanging over it, and
Yeah, I don't
endless
know if you remember,
resources,
it was
time,
constant.
and political capital
They were
spent having to
handicapped
debunk
this
these
whole
lies from the
presidency.
highest levels of our government. Now, nearly 10 years later, thanks to the declassification of documents by Director Gabbard, the truth has finally come to light. And this truth vindicates President Trump, his family, and his many allies and associates who were smeared with defamatory lies. President Trump was right from the beginning about all of this, and we are grateful that justice can be served.
All right. Yeah, so I'll throw up that
Elected
visual
president
too.
and did grave material harm to our republic. Thanks
So
to
this is
additional
the
important work
implications,
done
yeah.
by CIA Director Ratcliffe, Committee Chairman Rick Crawford over the past few months,
Here's where
a
she
newly
explains how
declassified
far it
2020
can go.
report prepared by the House Permanent Select Committee on Intelligence, which DNI Director Gabbard has declassified, found that the intel community did not have any direct information that Russian President Vladimir Putin wanted to help elect
they knew
President
it.
Trump
What
in
you're saying is they knew
2016.
it.
And in fact, Russia was
Okay, so go ahead
actively
and publish it
preparing
then.
for a Hillary Clinton victory. But at the unusual direction of Barack Obama at the time, the intel community published implausible intelligence suggesting otherwise. Why? To sabotage the incoming president. This is truly one of the greatest political scandals in American history. And reporters at legacy outlets, some of which are sitting in this room today, like the New York Times and the Washington Post, were ridiculously awarded Pulitzer Prizes for their perpetuation of this hoax. It's well past time for those awards to be stripped from the journalists who receive them. It is not journalism to propagate political disinformation in service of the Democrat Party and those in the intelligence community who hand over out of context and fake intelligence to push a false political narrative.
Based on what you now see,
now granted,
do you believe President Obama is guilty of treason?
I'm leaving.
Listen.
The president yesterday, you've inferred that the former president helped lead a coup. Based on what you now see, do you believe President Obama is guilty of treason?
I'm leaving the criminal charges to the Department of Justice. I am not an attorney, but as I've said previously, when you look at the intent behind creating a fake manufactured intelligence document that directly contradicts multiple assessments that were created by the intelligence community, the expressed intent and what followed afterward can only be described as a years-long coup and a treasonous conspiracy against the American people, our republic, and an attempt to undermine President Trump's administration.
The Senate Intelligence Committee spent several years...
You think it can go that deep? Like, if you think about it, if they made every leader in Washington, every voting senator or congressman have that doubt, that handicaps the president. That's the coup. Immediately, they spied on the Trump campaign. We know that. Though we knew that then, too. I don't know why it's such a big freaking deal now. But we knew that then. Hold on, why isn't our banner up there? And so now we know so much more. Now we know Obama literally knew. The intel community said there is no connection. There's nothing here. And Obama said, publish it anyways.
And let's not forget.
Say so anyways.
Trump's probably, I mean, depending on if you're on his side or not, he's either the most loved political figure we've ever seen or the most hated. And a lot of the people that hate him, this could have set a lot of them on that path. A lot of people that were in politicians at that time are going to believe the president, Obama, that this guy's doing this stuff, that he's cheating. You know, Russia has got their hands in on it. And so you got all these politicians now that are hating Trump because they think he's cheating like that.
Yeah, well, crazy times is right. Because here you have a Hawaiian Democrat in charge of the intelligence community who's finding all these files now and proof of everything we knew, pretty much, but just how deep it goes. John says crazy times, yeah.
The implications of this are far-reaching and have to do with the integrity of our democratic republic. It has to do with an outgoing president taking action to manufacture intelligence to undermine and usurp the will of the American people in that election and launch what would be a years-long coup against the incoming president of the United States, Donald Trump. Thank you.
Yeah, I have one more from this was it wasn't a short
presidential campaign. There were high-level DNC emails. They also had documents that showed the patronage of the State Department to State Department employees.
So listen, at the time, remember who was Secretary of State? Secretary of State is head of the State Department, top diplomat, used to be number 3 in line to the presidency if something would happen.
Which was
Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton was the Secretary of State at this time.
They also had
right. But at this point, I mean, most of the time, she has already lost. And they're just trying to undermine his presidency before he was even sworn in. And that's where the coup part comes in. They were trying to undermine a legally elected president. And then look what they did 4 years later. They did the same thing to his followers. They charged him with conspiracy to overthrow an election.
They also had documents that showed the patronage of the State Department to State Department employees who would go and support Hillary Clinton's presidential campaign. There were high-level DNC emails that detailed evidence of Hillary's, quote, psycho-emotional problems, uncontrolled fits of anger, aggression, and cheerfulness, and that then Secretary Clinton was allegedly on a daily regimen of heavy tranquilizers.
Like, you can't make this up. Like, we need this shit. Now, I want to know what Biden was on. The boomerang is coming. Kroll says Trump already had the courts decided on presidential immunity. You're right. Statute of limitations has passed. I heard it didn't, and there is none for conspiracy, but I could be wrong. This is coming out during Epstein stuff, which is right. Which, of course, today, judge in Florida blocked the release of the grand jury manuscripts, which could mean nothing. I mean,
Mike,
you left to believe it does mean something, though.
not to change the subject, but when you said Biden, it made me think of something. Have you heard anything else about the auto pen, which they're claiming is going to be even bigger than this? And supposedly, I don't know how true it is. I haven't seen it, but supposedly Biden himself has come out and admitted that he didn't know some of the stuff that was being signed.
Well, that I believe. And the speaker had gone to talk to him one day and then asked him about something he had just signed, and Biden didn't even know he signed it. He's like, I wouldn't have signed that. And then all of those pardons he did, that many pardons, you can't tell me somebody sat down with him and went over. There was like 1,500 pardons.
Yeah, it was a lot of fucking pardons.
So, and they know the pardon, I believe, for one individual came from his doctor. The direction was from his personal physician, gave the memo to so-and-so to go ahead with the auto pen on this part.
You mean I can get a doctor's note to be what do you call it? Pardoned?
Yeah, right. No, this was his personal doctor, like his White House doctor, who pled the fifth like 3-4 weeks ago. Won't testify, but
yeah, they say the auto pen's
so when
the
it
next
comes
big
down
thing
to
that's
that,
getting ready to come out.
Well, it's all going to be a part of this. So if you think about it, everything since has been a reaction to the action Barack Obama took in 2016. Yeah, and thank God we dodged that bullet, Hillary Clinton, because we would have never known how desperate and how thick and how deep this shit goes.
And let's not forget who was running the country the last 4 years while Biden was in office.
Right. Well, we know it's Obama.
It was
who
Obama.
Never left Washington. Most of the time, presidents leave.
Yeah,
And they go retire. He's got a place on Martha's Vineyard. He's got a place in Hawaii, but he stayed in Washington. That's kind of weird. Yeah, what a great movie we're watching. Tulsi looks like an Avenger with that street. I wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me if she is. I mean, she is a Democrat, but besides that's what they're trying to get at. So everything is going to tie back to Obama. And in this graphic here, you can see when Obama had the briefing and they were saying it's just a hoax. But he says, go ahead. You can find this on Tulsi's Twitter, by the way, and the White House, I believe. And you can see everywhere. They mapped it out in the timeline of their corruption. And then now there's even manuscript of Brennan talking with Clapper and them cohorting with somebody else that was setting them up. And it's you don't know who to believe anymore, but this stuff, I mean, there's proof of this, and they're uncovering this, and thank God were able to do that in such a short amount of time, and we still might not see any justice. Like Troll said, unless they arrest someone, this is bullshit revenge PR. Yeah, but I mean, they're not holding back. That's for sure.
I got one.
These are serious allegations.
One other kind of theory I wanted to throw out
and
there
there's
for
evidence
tonight on it's a different topic. I mean, it's still politics, but I kind of was thinking about this one night, when I was sitting on the back porch and just, my thinking time. And I was thinking about the whole Donald Trump and Elon Musk, this whole breakup, whatnot.
Right.
And I think this is all a smart plan, that the breakup is just all part of the plan.
Yes.
And now you got him starting the American Party, Meanwhile, all this stuff's going to come out that's going to help maybe break up the Democrat Party. And I think the hope is they're going to start that third party, the American Party. The hope is that it still only remains two, and the Democrat Party everybody kind of shifts over to the American Party, because that's the issue that needs to be fixed. Because let's face it, the Democratic Party, they're not.
It's gone.
It's not Democrats no more. This
Yeah,
is
it's gone.
what do you want to call them?
Progressive.
Communists.
Yeah, socialist, progressive,
Socialist commies. So that party's gone. So I think that the whole thing with Elon Musk and Donald Trump, this is all just them being smart and plan this out, because your Democrats are not going to support Donald Trump and the Republican Party. That's not going to happen. But now they see Elon starting this party, and Elon doesn't like Donald Trump no more. They're not friends no more. So, and I don't like what I'm seeing from the Democratic Party. So maybe I should go with Elon's party. And I think that's the hope is to break up the Democrat Party.
I don't really know what the deal was. We do know Elon Musk is not 100%. I mean, he's like maybe 1,000%, but he's not like completely right. And there's some speculation it had to do with the electric car mandate, but we know Elon didn't care about an electric car mandate. Like, I mean, he is in the electric car business, but I think he was actively against that.
Yeah, if he wanted that, he should have stuck with Biden.
Right. And or Kamala, but
right.
Was he disappointed? Maybe he was. Maybe he got a dose of like, hey, you do have to play a little bit of politics to get something done. And right now, with a midterms, a very thin margin going into the midterms, we got to get it done now. So if you got to play a little bit of politics, I get it, man. It's not the first thing I want to do, and I'm sick of being in these fucking psyops, and I'm sick of making excuses that he's playing 5D chess. But every next headline, it does make sense.
Yeah,
it almost does. Like with the Elon and them splitting up, he had to go anyways. Elon couldn't stay more than 120 days or something like that. But it made for good ratings. And if you notice, he kind of stayed a little quiet. But I think it was all a ploy to get Democrats to call for this list and these files to be coming out. Now, what pissed me off is when they come out on a Sunday night and say, "Oh, we're not going to release any more files." Now,
Sunday night,
I was mad. I was seriously mad, and I'm not a fan of Tulsi or Pam Bondi, but they didn't release this memo supposedly, but that was the official position, and their excuse was, and Trump dismissed us followers as being stupid or whatever, like he wants this to go away because he wants to get shit done. But also, I think there was more to it. I think this was their way of getting more push to get the liberal judges to release what they've got, because a lot of this stuff has to be released by the Southern District of New York or the one district in Florida where there's a lot of Obama appointees. So, and the latest case was decided today about the grand jury manuscripts was denied by the judge here in Florida. So, but this is part of what it's all gonna come out. So everything from Russiagate, which was a hoax, now Obamagate, and then everything they did, all of the lawfare, all of that was to undermine the president. So when they talk about coup was staged for a year, no, this was staged for 4 to 8 years. Like they actively tried to stop this man from being president, knowing he was going to be the man. It's just, is it treason? I don't know. Conspiracy, definitely.
Yeah.
But like, how easy would it be when you're in political strategic
think
positions?
About it.
How easy could you charge somebody with conspiracy?
Right.
This,
like, how far can you take that?
This is going to be going on 12 years by the end of his presidency.
Here's the difference.
It's already gone through 2 presidencies, his and Biden's.
Right. Here's the thing. Obama's young enough. He might see jail time. You don't think they would lock Biden up? I was about to say Biden.
No,
but Biden. They're not going to lock Biden up.
No,
he's
too
stage
old.
4 prostate or whatever cancer he's got. He hasn't, if that's even him.
Oh, that just kind of reminded me of something else. I just wanted to say, I don't know if everybody's heard or not, but Ozzy Osbourne died. yesterday.
Yes.
76 years old. I personally grew up listening.
Me too.
My dad, I listened to a lot of 70s rock and roll, and Ozzy Osbourne, Black Sabbath was definitely a big part of music I listened to growing up, and it was definitely sad news. Definitely glad he got to do that last concert before he went.
Yeah, which was ironic. Kelly
Just a couple
Osbourne.
weeks ago.
Kelly Osbourne come out the other day, or maybe it was a week or two ago, saying the rumors about her mom and dad having a suicide pact to go for
Yeah, I heard
euthanasia in
about that.
Sweden was false.
Mm.
She's like, my parents are doing great. My dad's better than ever, which I can't believe he's made it this long, Vince.
Yeah, 76
He's
for
been fucked
the
up
life
for a long time.
the life he lived. And here's the thing. The main reason that his body gave way is he's had Parkinson's. He's had a bunch of surgeries because of his spine. It wasn't even really per se the drugs that he's done in his life. It was
they
more.
didn't help.
They probably didn't help, and maybe that's why he got Parkinson's. I don't know, but
Vince, the dude would bite the head off a fucking bat.
there's a funny story to that came out recently. He did not realize that was a real bat.
Right.
He thought it was.
Yeah,
He thought it was a prop.
The first
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, he thought it was a prop.
Yeah.
And
I was an Ozzy and Black Sabbath fan, definitely. Growing
imagine biting.
Not me.
into
I don't know
that.
why. I never got into it. Like I tried to get into it, like him and like the music and stuff, but I just couldn't. I don't know.
When in my early teens, I was into a lot of heavy metal and 70s.
Well, you guys know that's still pretty much what I listen to.
Yeah.
Is a lot of 70s rock. I have Ozzy Osbourne.
Ozzy was
station
cool, but man, there was
on my
something
truck.
keeping him alive.
Yeah, the Ozzy Osbourne station on Sirius Radio is what I listen to most of the time when I'm driving.
They pardon their lower level friends when they get caught.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, they will not lock up anyone. I bet you're right. I mean, if I saw anybody on that one graphic locked up, I would be okay with it. Is it not going to show now? There it goes. Yeah, give me Comey. Can you get me Comey or this prick down here at the bottom? That's Adam Schiff and Robert Mueller. Robert Mueller was the FBI director before James Comey, who's up there above Obama. Adam Schiff is a senator. Well, he was a representative. Now he's a senator because he killed the one. I mean, Feinstein died. He went for her seat. We can never know because
right.
Wisconsin, who knows? The guy that went and killed the freaking two representatives said he was paid by the freaking governor, who was Tim Walz, Kamala Harris's running mate,
right,
to go kill them, and the senator who was Murkowski. No, I forget the senator's name because she wouldn't retire. So
Right.
he can take the seat, which I think is a little outlandish. But you know what?
just
I don't know, man.
crazy.
I don't know. Like some magical virus is going to kill us all too. So you don't know. Anyways, we are right up against Klobuchar. Yeah, she's horrible, but like this guy claimed that Waltz was paying him to do this, and I wouldn't doubt it. But all these people on that graphic right there, will we ever see any of them in cuffs?
Probably not.
Probably
but
not. Schiff, though, he's been the culprit. He's been the major culprit in spreading the lies and railroading the president and Congress. I mean, that's what opponents do, but he's been pushing this false narrative, knowing the FEP weaponized assessment.
It wouldn't be surprising if they had one fall guy, just to give people something. But no, like, do I see Obama in jail? I'd love to see it, but no,
it's going to be him on the right. It's going to be
Brendan.
He was was he Tulsi Gabbard's position? I can't remember, but he has got dementia. He's up there with Biden. It's going to be him.
Yeah, but they won't put him in jail then
No.
if he's got dementia.
No, but he's going to be the fall guy. No, I mean, we know that they're all the fall guy. They're all part of
Right.
it, but it's just like, at how deep does it go? Did Obama flush out all of the Bush holdovers, or was Bush a more clean kind of presidency, or was he still dealing with Clinton holdovers who were kind of keeping this kind of machine going? And is this just what we know of? Now we know Nixon was spying on his opponent's campaign, but this is a little different. When you have an outgoing president using the intelligence community to push a false narrative and a national security threat, like as a national security threat
On the elected.
to undermine on an elected president and to hold him up in lawfare for his term. That's
Yeah,
kind
pretty
of a
serious.
fucking coup, if you ask me.
Yeah.
It's blue collar coup, but it's coup nonetheless.
Right.
So anyways, if you're not following us, make sure you do hit the like, follow. If you've got Rumble, follow us on Rumble. If you don't have Rumble, download it, follow us anyways. Even if you don't default there, just follow us there. We need the follows. Go to our main channel, click on channels, and you will see all of the accounts we are affiliated with, like Shattering the Narrative, IRC Media, Vince's channel on Rumble will be there, River Ranch Riders. He's on YouTube also. And there's going to be a few more. We're trying to get more out there. And then that Conspiracy Club, I don't know if that'll be on our Rumble or not, but we'll let you know
It'll be
where it's
somewhere.
at. But, yeah, and give us a like and a follow. And if you see me out there in the comment section getting beat up, help me out. Yeah. Anyways, you guys ready? I don't have an outro. Want an outro? This shit ain't gonna work, is it? Anyways, there we go. Have a good
Podcast warriors, say the flame to shout. Make America great, tell them what it's about. Facts over feelings, cutting through the noise. Fighting woke mobs and the kids with toys. They spew their lies, they spreading hate.